Greetings, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Pierre, your host. I hope you're all doing great. I know that I am. So, what did we do yesterday? Well, yesterday we put some highlights on these leaves that we did the day before yesterday. Had to add a second coat, and then we did some highlights, and basically we did dots. Dots, 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 and dots. More dots. As you can see right here, we dotted the entire outline of our frame. So that is what we did yesterday. And right now we are going to hop into the core of things. What we're going to do is that we're going to put a second lighter highlights on these newer leaves. And then we're going to take it from there. We're basically getting very close to the end of this painting. Hopefully by tomorrow evening or by Friday, definitely we should have this painting done. But it's a lot of little details. We're going to go ping-ponging back and forth depending on how quickly the paint is going to dry. So let's get some light green together for our leaves. So that's not going to be very complicated. Just a little bit of green. Where's my knife? Right here. There we go. We don't need that much. There we go. We don't want to waste any either. At the price that paints cost these days, just can't afford to waste it. So we'll get that out. Look at this. I probably have a better chance. I have a better chance of selling this as an abstract piece of artwork rather than what I'm painting here. So that's how crazy the world is, in the art world at least. So anyways, so we have a little bit of green paint here. We're going to put a little bit of white with it. Put this out of the way. So a little bit of white paint. And we're going to work all this out together. Again, cleaning off the knife so we don't mix up all our paints when we pull them out of their jars. There we go. And let's find the right brush now. I think we're just going to go with something like this. This looks like it's going to be the right brush. A little bit of water. And we're going to work this out together. I'm going to switch cameras. Come back over here. Pull this back. There we go. Hey guys. And we're going to look at the paint right here. So I'm going to get to the side so the fan doesn't blow in the microphone. And we're just going to try to get some light green here. Just so we make some highlights on those leaves. The more details, the better it is. Yep, that's going to be perfect. I'm going to make a little more because we do have a few leaves to go. Don't want it to be too light either. So then we want to get that nice creamy consistency in the paint. I like it when it looks like almost like some sort of a pudding, nice, and there you go. Let's get a little bit, just a dab of water. Voila. Work this all in nicely. There we go. There, very nice. Very nice. Now let's zoom in. Bring the camera back up. Move the camera over here. We're going to start in that far right hand corner. So I'll zoom in so we can see exactly what I'm doing. Just zoom out a hair. There we go. And I'm going to start recording for the making of my movie, the movie of this painting, because every painting I work on, I eventually make the making of. There we go. Voilà, très bien, très bien. Hop. Very good. Let's get this last baby right here. A little whiter here, and we'll thin it out there. Very nice. Okay. Stop recording. And we're going to go over to these guys right here. Very good. Highlight there. Oh, oh. Very good. Okay, very good. So let's pull the camera back a little bit. And now we're going to do these guys right here. So I'm going to move the camera over a little bit, just like that, so I'm not in the way. Up. Going to bring my chair over. Voila. Get a little dab of water. There we go. Let's mix this paint in just a little bit more. Voila. Very good. Okay. So once again, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. Oops. And start recording. Yeah. Beautiful. And now up. See, when the paint is the right consistency, it just glides beautifully. It makes life so much easier. Oh. Very good. Very good. Up. Stop recording. Move this baby back. There we go. Okay. That's done. Oops. Make sure the brush is clean before I put it away. Voilà, très bien. So, next, Let me just step back here for a second and see what we're going to do next. So, I know what we're going to do. We are going to add just a little, half a little ring of gold on these two in the inner blue circle. So, let's get the gold paint, which is down here. Get our palette of gold. Voila. Very good. Gold paint there. Ooh la la la. Okay, let's find the right brush. So, I am not sure which one of these two guys I want. So let's just check it out together. See, I'm hesitant. Let me get out of the way here. There. And I didn't switch over. How come? There we go. So I'm hesitant between these. I don't know where you can see it the best. Like this very thin one here, which is kind of long. Then this other one here, which is a little shorter. But maybe you can see it better here. So this is the shorter one. And the longer, very thin one. I want to make a very thin line, basically. Very discreet. So I think maybe we'll go with this newer one. Why not? Okay? And we're going to do that right around here. So I am going to zoom in right away. Might as well get on the right where we want to go. I'm going to move the camera over just a little bit like that so I won't be in the way, because I am going to have to go like right in here. So, put this baby away. So I'm just going to make sure the paint is the right consistency, which is not very difficult with this heat. Another beautiful day on the French Riviera. So there we go, that paint's right. Just wipe off the brush so it's nice and clean to work with. There we go. And let's just switch over to this camera and start making this little circle here. I'm going to start right here. There we go. Very good. Voila. Then just going to start recording for the final part. Voilà, encore un tout petit peu. Just another few inches. So let me stand back, take a look from behind. Right? Not bad, not bad. Just wanna. Wow. Okay, very good for there. And then just a little bit right here. You know, we always want to make things as perfect as they can be. Okay, very good. So I'm going to turn that off. Pull this back. Now I want to do the same thing right down here. So I'm going to bring the camera over and then I'll zoom in. Let's say right about here. So let's bring that in like that. Something like that. This one's going to be just a little bit smaller. I'm going to go maybe from here to here. And I'm debating if I should sit down for this or squat. We're into squats, so I'm going to squat, I guess. Not too good for my back, but anyways. So, un peu de recul. Okay, I want to go to here. So I'm going to start, I like starting in the middle and pulling away both ways. No, just a little bit more maybe. Very good. I'm going to bring my chair over. As not to have the shakes, I'm going to push on record. Voilà. Well, not bad. Take a look. Okay, it's not bad. It just needs to be, I would say, a few inches longer. So, up. Just give it just like 3 inches more, I would say. So, I'm going to come back here. Very good. Up. Okay, that doesn't look bad. Let's look at it from this angle. So it's two very discrete lines. I don't think anybody will ever notice it, except us, because we're professionals. Okay, let's take a look. There we go. There we go. Okay, very good. Got that done. And I'm going to just get a little bit of black paint. Like I said, now we're going to be taking care of a lot of things that are not right. Just trying to pull in everything into perfection. If such a thing exists. So over here I notice, because of a thick piece of paint, it makes an optical illusion, which I'm going to take care of right now. Okay, that's good. And the other thing I wanted to fix was right here. Again. Wow. I'm always trying to make things perfect. Okay, very good. Now, wait a minute. I'm not going to put this away. I see there's a little bit of a smudge right here. I'm not sure which camera I'm on. Am I on this one? Yes, I am. So let me get out of the frame. But where was I? Right here, there's a little smudge of the gold. So I'm going to put some blue, dark blue, and try to hide that. And then also I screwed up a little bit here, which I'm going to fix also. Always on this quest of, this elusive quest for perfection. Okay, so while I'm at it, while I'm psyched, let's just do this and get it out of the way, because it might not show on the camera, but for me who's standing here, it just makes my eyes water. It just hurts. So, and I'm not here to suffer, so I might as well fix up my screw-ups right away and feel good about it. And that's what we're going to do right now. So, got the black, little bit of the cobalt blue. I'm not going to need much, huh? This is like not much, and I want to make sure I can find the right tint, the right hue, so it blends in with the rest. I want it to stick out now and draw any attention to itself, because that's why we're trying to fix it. So it doesn't draw any attention. Okay. Voila. A brush. I guess this one will do. Let's get a bit of water here. I'm going to come over to here. And we're going to work this together. Get out of the way of the fan. So here's the cobalt blue. Let's get that working. Okay, then just a little bit, huh? Doesn't need much. So let's go and take a look up here. So this is what we want to fix right here. So I'm just going to put my cobalt blue right here and see if it blends in with the rest. Knowing very well that it's going to darken as it dries, but it looks like it needs just a hair more of black. So let's come back down here. Voila. Just like a teensy weensy, just like a tip, match tip. There we go. Just get a little bit more dark. Really not much. Wow, I think this is going to be just perfect. So we can go back up here. And I'm going to be in the way, so I'm going to switch cameras. There we go. I'm going to go back to this guy here. Make sure I'm not in the way. I'm not. So okay. Actually, I see there are two smudges here. But I'm hesitating because I have a feeling my blue isn't dark enough. And I know it, there's another smudge. Jeez. So, is this going to darken or lighten? Well, I think it's going to be okay. Okay, so let's get this part done first. I want to get the darkest of what I mixed so far. There we go. So, it's wet. I can't tell if it's going to darken when it dries. It looks like it needs to be a little darker. And I'm going to leave that for a while, and I'm going to go down and fix these two other little smudges. And for that, I'm going to switch cameras and add just a little more of this black here to the paint. Just a little bit more, because the two smudges that I need to fix are much darker. So let's just get a real. There we go. There we go. Just make sure it's okay. Très bien. Okay, let's go back to this thing. So I'm going to zoom in so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Where are these smudges? Let me put this down. We are going to go right here. So let's bring this baby over. Yeah, all the mistakes. We show everything. So there's that smudge. Let's take care of that right now. There we go. Now, of course, it's wet, so you can see it, but I have a feeling when it... and then let's get that second smudge. It was right next to it, right underneath it. I must have made both those smudges together. So this is the other one right here. Zoom in. Okay, right there. And I'm going to take a smaller paintbrush for that. There we go. Okay. Paint on my brush, and let's do this. So I am going to first get between these two guys. Then there we go. Yes. There we go. Oh, fast zoom back. Make your head spin. Very good. I'm going to switch cameras for a second and fix this one. There we go. Okay, so I did take care of these two smudges, and I'm going to go back, since I have this darker paint right here, I am going to go back over to what I did a few seconds ago. Even though it's getting darker, I still think it needs to be a little bit darker, so I might as well just go over it. Ah, ¿qué pasa? There we go. So while I'm here, I might as well take a look. Okay, very good. So I have some gold paint right here. I got my mini brush in my hand. You know what? I'm going to put a little star right in the middle of this mandala. So I'm going to zoom in this camera before switching over to it. Up. There we go. And actually, I'm even going to record because I can always use a little more footage. There we go. And get this paint ready, which is already done. Not very difficult. I'm going to switch over. And let's do this right here. There we go. Oh, there we go. Just have that whole thing. A little close up of the mandala while we're here. Came out kind of nice, I thought. I love how the light shines off that gold. You can hear these kids play in the streets. I don't know if it comes across on the microphone or not. But God, it feels like one little girl or someone's getting tortured. Okay, so that's taken care of. Let's step back and see where we're at. Okay, I'm going to move over to this side maybe. Take a look here. Okay, very good. Now what? Well, now what? We have to do the outline of these leaves. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to tackle that, and depending how long it takes to do, we'll see if we start on the frame today or wait till tomorrow. I mean, my goal is to finish this painting by Friday. Get it done for the weekend, so like that Monday we can start off new canvas, new painting, new ideas. So I need a relatively dark green. I mean, so dark that it actually looks like it's black. So I'm going to get that ready. I should have some right nearby. I used it the other day. Here we go. So I am going to try this green on this lighter green. That's my first goal. We might have to switch for the other leaves. All depends how well this green covers. If it stays nice and opaque, I'll keep it. If not, I'll get rid of it. Now, finding the right brush is also very important. I don't want it to be too wide. This one looks like it could be the real thing. Or maybe, no, too small, too small. Maybe this one. Or this one. Okay. Again, we can check this out, all of us together. Come back to this camera here. So these are basically the three brushes I'm choosing. This one here, they're all kind of soft. This one a little more rigid. Might have better control with this one. Oof. This one, it feels just right. So now this curve here, I don't know if you can see it. I'll come over here. Yes. This curve here comes from putting the brush in the jar of water and leaving it there. And of course it's crushed on the bottom and it takes this shape. It can be quite annoying for some painters. Doesn't really bother me that much. So which one did we say we'd go with? I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. I'm going to go with this guy. This guy here seems like I could cover more distance. So I'm going to use him. And of course, if it doesn't work or I feel I have no control, then I will switch to another brush. So let's get this to the right consistency. I'll come back over here so we can share this together. I'm going to get out of the frame. I hate that little window in window thing. There we go. So obviously this is going to need a little water. No big deal. I have some right here. There we go. I'll get out of the way of the fan again. I am about a 1 minute walk from the Cathedral of Nice. And right now the bell is ringing, but it's the funeral ring that I hear. So obviously there's a funeral going on. Now this is an old cathedral. It's a Roman type cathedral. Doesn't look like the cathedrals you see on most postcards. Not as flamboyant. Okay, this looks good. Let's hope we'll be lucky. I hope I was in the field there. I apologize if I wasn't. So I'm going to aim again for these leaves right about here. Those light green ones. I'm going to move the camera to the side like that. I can work without worrying. So is this going to cover or not? Is it going to be opaque enough or not? Let's find out right now. Well, I guess the answer is quite obvious. It covers and it's opaque. Okay. Now the question is this the right brush? I don't have that much control over it, so damn it. So I'm going to just finish this here, and then I'm going to switch brushes. There we go. I can't control what I'm doing. It's an invitation to disaster. So let's switch brushes. And I said this one was a little more rigid. Therefore, I should be able to control this paint better. Let's see. Let's see if it's true or not. Okay. I'm going to zoom in a little more so you can partake in this. Maybe I can move this over so it's not as much on an angle. I'll fix that afterwards with some black paint. No big deal. There we go. Just going to step back for a second, take a look. All right. Very good. Yes, that was a smart move, changing brushes for sure. There we go. Bring this baby down here, over there. Okay. Pull the camera back so we can just see the lower part of this leaf. There we go. Just a whisker more water. Get that flow. There we go. I want to be careful here because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the sleeve that's overlapping. So just to make sure. There we go. Very good. Okay, very good. So I'm going to come over here since I have the paint, and I'm going to do it to this other leaf right here. Woo-choom, ma-choom. All right, excuse me. So let's get a little more water here. I think I should have enough paint to do this other side. And that little sneezing, tickling my nose, which means I'm going to walk back here and first of all I'm going to pull back like that. Let me switch over so you can see. So you have a nice view of me drinking my water. And actually, I'm going to go get another bottle over here in the kitchen. There we go. Oof. Ah, very good. So that's good. Just going to wipe my sweat off a little bit. There you go, because it is toasty. It is toasty. So, where were we? We were at that baby over there. So, I got my paint, I got my brush. I don't know what I'm waiting for. I'm just going to take out this window in window. There we go. And let's get back to this guy here. Little speed bump there. Okay. Very good. There we go. No. Whoop, whoop. Uh-huh. Well, just one like that. Okay. There we go. Oh, there we go. And one long last thing here. Oh. Okay, let's move this camera back so we can have a view of the whole thing. Actually, I'm wondering if I can use this same dark green on these other plants rather than using black. So I'm going to try one leaf up here and see what that does. And actually that doesn't look too bad, so I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. So I am going to add more of this. What did they call this? Olive green deep. It is deep, that's for sure. But for what we want today, it's perfect. I don't think I've ever used this before. So, again, not much to do here except just mix the water to get that right texture. So, should I show you? Of course I will. Don't want you to get bored on this action-packed afternoon of painting. Compared to yesterday, which was dots, 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 and more dots, this is somehow a lot more fun. Okay, this looks like almost the right texture. I think I might just put just a little bit more water. It's going to evaporate so quickly anyways with this heat, but it will make the flow of the paint so much better. So, okay, so there we go. Now, is this brush going to be wide enough? That's another question I have to ask myself. Well, I guess like usual, we will try it. If it works, we stick with it. If it doesn't, we change. So, zoom, zoom, zoom. There we go. Zoom, zoom, and record. Very good. I love the way this is going. Just step back for a second. Okay, very good. Very good. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. Very good. Let's get this last one here. I think I can stop recording. I'm only going to use 2-3 seconds worth of this anyways. Up, up. Yes, very nice, man. The flow of this paint is just a pleasure to work with. There's another speed bump. There we go. Okay, very nice. Very nice. We can go back down to this last little guy right here. Okay. Did I screw that up? Of course not. How can I screw up my own painting? So there we go. So I'm going to tackle this other side here. So I'm going to just bring this back a little bit. Voila. Now there's a little bit of water. Work this all out. Get that perfect consistency that makes life so easy. Okay, work this out. Maybe add just a little bit of water. Okay, let's do it. Very good. Let's get this part done here. Voila. There we go. All right. Very good. There we go. Yes. So, very good. Let's pull this back a little bit so you can have a view of the thing, the plant. There we go. So, let's bring this back to there. Let's zoom back. Put the paintbrush in the water. And let's step back and see where we're at here. Okay. Do need a few minutes to think this all out. See where we're at, really? What's it look in the computer? Oh, it looks all right. So, where are we now? Okay, so we are going to continue on that same vein of making outlines. We're going to go for these two plants right here. And for that, we are going to keep the same color paint, but yet we need a different brush that's a little thinner. Oops. So let's rinse this off. In fact, I'm going to do what I usually do. Get out of the field. Turn this camera over a little bit. You can see what I'm doing here. And then I'm going to take this camera and I'm going to move it all the way here, where I'm going to zoom in on my little kitchen, where I have a sink, and where I'm going to very quickly wash these brushes with soap, because these are very fragile brushes. I love these brushes, and I would feel better if I just washed them right away with soap, and then we worry about like that I don't have to worry about anything else. So let me just switch over to that camera there, and I can walk over here. This will take 30 seconds. If I wash two brushes at the same time. Soap. Very good. These are the fragile little. There we go. Nice and clean. This back here. And we'll get the soap off now. There we go. And let's bring this camera back over here, zoom out. There we go. I mean, anybody who's done any kind of house painting, after when you wash your brush, you know very well that it gets very clean, but yet it's down in this part here at the bottom edge where all the paint stays. And little by little, this edge creeps up if you reuse the same brush. And then at the end, you only have like the very tip that's nice and soft, and all the rest is all caked up paint. So that's why I take good care of my brushes and try to wash them immediately with soap. And I don't beat around the bush. I really jab in there in that soap to make sure that nothing gets stuck at the base. There. My little lesson of brush cleaning. So I'm going to step back like usual and see where the heck I am and what I'm going to do next. Even though, yes, we said we were going to tackle this part right here. So that's why I needed the clean brushes so I could start from scratch. And I'm going to need something relatively thin. Maybe like this guy right here. Oh, no, maybe this guy. I bought a bunch of new brushes like months ago, and I haven't used them all. I always go back to the same like 8 brushes. And then once in a while I discover one of the brushes I bought, which would be like kind of perfect for the job. So this is one of those cases, I hope at least. So let's get that wet. Let's add a little more of this olive green. There it is. There we go. So let me turn towards the sunlight. I usually have a better view. Let me get out of the frame and go to this camera over here where I can see better what's going on. Okay, that's going to need some water. No big deal. I have some right here. Actually, I'm afraid that this brush is going to, it looks great when it's dry, but when it's full of paint, it looks like I might not be able to have the control I want over it. So like usual, we're going to try it. Hope that it's going to work out. So I'm going to zoom up there. Up a little more. There we go. And let's see if this brush is going to do the trick or not. So I'm just going to check the computer, make sure that my mind and my cameras and the computer are on the same page, which they are. So let's tackle this. Okay, looks like this brush will do if I don't blow it. If I do, I'll just blame the brush. There we go. Okay. Very good, very good. There we go. Very good. And this permits me to fix all the screw-ups from earlier. So that's perfect. Very nice. Oops. Running out of paint. There we go. Very good. And just a few highlights. Oops. There. There. Wow, this. Nobody will ever notice it, but anyway, so that looks nice. Very good. Let's pull back, and then we're going to go to this lower corner here, which is going to feel like a vacation because I'm going to grab the chair and sit down to do this. And I'm going to put this over to the side so I'm not in front of it, like usual. There, hopefully I'll be out of the way. And I'll bring the old chair around. Oh, this feels good. Hope I'll be able to get up again. Okay, let's start here so I don't get my hands. Very good. Oops, come on. Cooperate, my friend. There we go. There we go. Cheat a little bit. Mm-hmm. There we go. Very good. Very good. All right, just a couple more to go. Didn't even pay attention if I was in the way. I guess I'm not. That's a good. And now this last one. Beautiful. All right, very good. Just a few little highlights right at the base. There. Like that. There we go. And this, I guess, we'll take care of it with some black paint in a few seconds. What's that look like? Okay, vacation's over. Let's get the chair out of the way. Pull the camera back. And decide what we are going to do next. So this brush worked out perfectly. Wonderful. Okay, let's step back and see again where we're at. I see this is way over here, so let me bring this back to its usual position. I mean, when you look back, let me get out of the way here so I can show you. When you look back out over there in the end, you can see part of my mural on the wall back there. And I have a mural that goes all the way all around my studio. And that's why I put this tarp, the blue tarp, to protect the mural. So, and I am going to show you right now my mural that I'm talking about. So it starts in that corner that I just showed you. And it basically goes around with my major symbols that I've done over the years. The top green one is on astrophysics. Then we are in the bottom of the ocean with, like if you were in a submarine, got the little controls. Then we go around again with my traditional symbols that I've used many times through the years. Then we go around and now we go into outer space. Father showing the son where he used to live, or maybe where he's going to live, whatever you want, still in space. Then we have that Manichaean view of the world from the philosopher Manes, that simplified civilization as a battle between good and evil. And speaking of evil, up in the balcony you have the industrialist, the military, the capitalist, all overlooking the working class and the farmers toiling in the fields, breaking their backs. And then we have those who work in the mines, in the mine shafts. And then we get back to the beginning, civilization, the rat race, the arms race, the armament industry, sex games, exploitation, pollution, civilization falling apart, all of that fun stuff. And then we end the 360 degrees with my floor and my main symbol on the floor. So now you know why I have the tarp to protect my mural. So anyways, let's get back to our painting here and see what we're going to do. Well, I have to think. I'm not a robot, and I need a few minutes. So, what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to end the stream right here so I can have more time to actually think about what I am going to do tomorrow and now. I'm hesitant about doing some outlines on these leaves here and here. I'm hesitant about the color. So I have to, when I'm not sure, I need to stop and think about it. And it's too late in the day to start on the details of the frame. I think tomorrow would be a good day to start if we were working on the frame. Start with that. And hopefully finish that tomorrow. And then on top of, once that is done, what I want to do is on top of all this, once the frame is all painted, is to have more of these plants, but purple or what would be another, purple or pourpre, a light purple plants on top of that. That is at least what I see and what I would like to do. So anyways, so let's take a look then without any of these windows in Windows, take a little look from that perspective of what we did today and what the painting looks like now with the plants that are all kind of finished, I guess. And then we can look with the other perspective, which is this point of view also. And, well, very good. To be honest, I was a little nervous about this painting, but it's turning out that I'm kind of enjoying it. I like it. So hopefully I won't screw it up in the next couple of days. Hopefully we'll get it done also by Friday. That would be cool. I have the weekend off and start fresh on Monday with a new canvas. So anyway, so I'm going to leave you there. I hope you all have a terrific day. I hope you join me tomorrow at 9 a.m. again, and we'll try to get closer to the end of this canvas. So I'm going to leave you again like usual with my schedule and by saying ciao mes amis.